Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2025 World Series of Poker. We have a great event for you guys today. The $25,000 buy-in heads-up championship. We have the final four players. They are battling for a $500,000 first place prize. My name is Donnie Peters. I got Tristan Wade alongside me. We got Natalie Bodie out there on the floor. We got two semifinal matches going to start. Then the winners will compete in the final, and they will play for that $500,000. There you see the four players that are remaining. Artur Martirosyan and Patrick Leonard, they are paired on the main feature table. And then we have David Chen versus Alexei Boyka, and they are on the secondary feature table. So it's going to be either Boyka and Chen or against, I should say, Martirosyan and Leonard.
Okay. 30,000.
All right, Tristan Wade here in the building.
I hope people can hear me too.
Yeah, I got Donnie here. Hopefully, we're getting, it's, the WSOP is just starting, so we're getting everything sorted out. We got some new equipment here, but hopefully we're good. So here, so Donnie, I'm in
Kings
the building.
Again,
Let's
huh?
go, yeah.
I mean, it's just it's okay. We'll figure it out as we go. The positive thing is that this is our secondary setup. This one doesn't go out to CBS Sports and all of that. So we can avoid a little bit, or we can deal with a little bit more issues here. So I see the chat saying that they can hear Tristan. Can you also hear me? Can you hear Donnie?
All right, Donnie wants to know if you can hear him. You guys say you can hear me. Can you hear Donnie? We're getting everything set up. It is our secondary setup, but it's our first time streaming this setup, so we're troubleshooting real quick. We got a great team.
All right, well, Martirosyan just picks up kings every hand.
Look, so
Fun turn card here.
wow. So Leonard with a float, because he does have this kind of equity. Yeah, I'll go into this whole heads-up spiel again, but heads-up is very high variance. It's just one-on-one poker, right? So we have seen Martirosyan have the best of it so far, but this could be the first hand that doesn't go his way, because we're definitely going to see a river card, and we're definitely going to see a bet here. It's just how big does he want to bet? Oh my God, I'm shocked.
Well, Martirosyan checks back and gets a great river card with the deuce of diamonds coming off to give him a full house. So even if there was any fear that Leonard might have a flush on the turn, it does not matter anymore.
Yeah, and this is the beauty. Martirosyan here, this is the beauty of playing deep stacked, no limit hold'em. He's set Patrick Leonard up here beautifully with a check back with top set on the turn. And this is piles being put in the middle, it looks like, Donnie. Piles.
Yeah, we're going to get the count here from the dealer. 100,000 in the middle. 380,000 from pads.
But even that would feel really ugly to call a raise.
Players all in.
And he just goes for it all.
And just like that, Donnie, we had 100K in the middle, and somehow we have everything in the middle on the river.
Well, heads-up poker is a very, very special beast.
And we know Pads is never calling here. But he's going to take his time just to adjust and maybe think about, like, if there was ever a bluff. But credit Artur for his check back on the turn, because kind of an unorthodox line here, but one that's going to get him 380K.
Now, it is worth noting here that I agree with you. Pads isn't going to call here. He's just, kind of going through the motions. But he is burning a time extension, right? Because I saw that iPad went past 30 seconds. So,
yeah, this might just be for reads. Remember, this is warfare. This is heads-up warfare. First limp of the heads-up match here, Donnie. That's awesome to see. And we need a longer dealer with longer arms because, I mean, like I said, why are we doing this to these guys?
Check.
5-5-4 here. One club out there, notable because Martirosian does have 3 deuce of clubs.
Check.
Action checking through.
Oh, baby.
4 clubs on the turn. Fun card. Martirosian now has an open and straight flush draw, and on a double paired board like this heads up, Pads probably thinks there's plenty of value in his king high.
Absolutely. But sizing and range building is what's going to be this about. So what does Arter do? He makes a big bet, pot size bet. Now whatever, it's only 2 big blinds. So I'm sure Patrick's going to see a river. But no matter what the river card comes, I believe there will likely be a bet here. But Donnie,
6 of clubs comes home. We have a straight flush, everyone.
oh my God. And I mean, this is actually a card that brings a lot of draws complete. It completes a lot of draws, excuse me. So hands that Arter could have been bluffing with on the turn are like 6-7 or 3-6 or clubs. So when he bets here, Patrick will probably be able to find a fold.
25,000.
But notice this sizing, Donnie.
Right around a quarter pot.
Trying to price the high cards in, saying, "Hey, look, I'm bluffing. Just call me with king high." But I think Patrick has too much hand to ever want to do anything but call here. I don't think he's going to raise as a bluff without having a club in his hand or anything like that. But straight flush for Arter, and yeah, nice way to start heads up.
Pads does give it up. Martirosian not going to show it. I don't know how you can beat him if he's running like this,
Yeah.
right? It's like not only are you an incredible player, you're just going to catch all the cards. Like, this is just not fair.
Yeah, it really hasn't been fair yet. And trying to say his damn name, Arter Martirosian. It's like a tongue twister in itself. But I'm getting used to it.
We got some connectivity here on the 8-6-5. Martirosian's got bottom pair backdoor clubs. Leonard's got an open-ended straight draw.
Check.
Limped pot. Leonard does check. And look at this.
Another 5 on
He's just
the turn.
running insane. You know, normally you don't even hit the flop with these kind of hands. With any hand, right? Like any unpaired hand is not always going to connect. But we just see Arter smashing the deck hand after hand. But action on Leonard with
Check.
king high and a 7. He says, you know what? I'm going to take some of my king high showdown value, hopefully to the river, and check it over to Arter. And Arter surely is not going to keep slow playing now. I've been wrong before.
That is 75,000.
75K here. 1.5x pot.
And the other idea here with these bigger than pot bets is he should have bluffs. We haven't seen him have any bluffs, but he should have bluffs. So Leonard might feel compelled to stick around with king high and an up and down straight draw is kind of my point to that.
Four of clubs comes in. Finally, some good news for Patrick Leonard. He does make a straight here. Now, it is a paired board, although, you know, it's not as easy to make a full house all the time when you're playing heads up. But also benefiting Leonard here is that Martirosian does have a 5. You know, this isn't just an ace-high hand or a one-pair hand. You know, this is trips for your opponent.
So no leading here by Patrick. Arter, surely his next best hand to a straight is trips. So does he want to throw that in a value bet bucket?
Well, he's reaching.
That is 150,000.
200,000 in the middle, 75% pot from Martirosian, value of 150K. Action now on Leonard.
What do you think we're going to see here, Donnie?
Jam.
Right? You got 500K. You're facing a 150K bet. You got a straight. There's nothing else here to do but go all in. Yeah, you just hope your opponent doesn't have a full house, doesn't have 7-9.
Players all in.
And there is the jam. And it's a quick fold from Martirosian.
Verified and hold up. We have possibly an all-in confrontation here. These are two monster hands heads up.
And notice Martirosian comes with a limp. And Leonard now finds ace jack suited. Sub 20 big blinds for Leonard to start this hand.
125.
Yeah, both players are just imagining ways to get all the money in here. And notice Patrick with a 3x trying to entice a call at least.
And there is the limp jam from Martirosian. Leonard's going to check his cards and make the call.
And he just, Patrick hates to see it. Martirosian would limp here with any ace and jam any ace. He would jam like Jack 10 suited potentially, stuff like that Leonard dominates. So this is a very unfortunate cooler right now. But let's see if Leonard can get lucky himself, as Arthur has Patrick on the ropes to go to the final two.
If Martirosian wins this hand, he will go on to face Alexei Boyka in the final. If Patrick Leonard comes from behind here, we will fight on in this semifinal. Let's see a flop. King 10-6. Rainbow and no diamonds present, so no backdoor flush possible for Leonard. He's looking for a queen.
The
Three
board
outs.
double pairs they could chop, but that's in a far future ahead.
Deuce of spades on the turn. Leonard is down to the river card. Needs to find a mamacita.
Yeah, he needs a mamacita, exactly, Donnie.
6 of hearts on the end, and that's going to do it. Patrick Leonard eliminated here. Artur Martirosian has punched his ticket to the final, and he is going to take on Alexei Boyka for the gold bracelet and $500,000 first place prize. Leonard finishes in third place. He's going to collect $180,000.
I mean, it just doesn't get any smoother for Artur there. I mean, he had Patrick the whole time. Patrick ran one time ran a bluff for 4x pot right into basically the second nuts. So kudos to Artur. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 2025 World Series of Poker. This is the 25K Heads Up Champion, and we are heads up. The final round, Artur Martirosian against Alexei Boyka. They are playing for a $500,000 first place prize, and of course, the coveted WSOP gold bracelet. These two players started as part of a field of 64 of the best heads-up players in the world. They navigated their way all the way through, and they are just about at the finish line, guaranteed $300,000, looking to secure $200,000 more. These are two of the best heads-up players in the world. Martirosian going for his third gold bracelet, Boyka looking for his first. This is going to be quite the match we have ahead of us. Here you see the tournament format presented by Splash Sports. 30-second shot clock will be in play. The winner of this match takes it all home. And we have Natalie Bodie there on set. She's going to bring us in with these two players.
Down to the final two in the 25K Heads Up Championship. Gonna catch up with each of our finalists here, but Alexei, I'm gonna start with you. Specifically in your semifinal matchup, you had a little bit more time, a little bit more of a break before you sat down here today against Artur. What did you find most important to prioritize during that break?
I just had a good rest and watched the other match.
Go from there?
Yeah.
And you are in pursuit of your first World Series of Poker bracelet today. When you think about that, especially in a prestigious event like that one, like this one, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I really like this tournament, this format. It's kind of unique. So I came to practice heads-up game, and it was definitely a very interesting experience, and I'm very happy that it turned so well. So that's already a win for me. Happy to be here.
Already a big success, like you mentioned, to make it to this point. It's been a grueling few days. Archer, I'm going to start with this. I mean, it's potentially your third World Series of Poker bracelet. An achievement like that, you enter some rarefied air. When I say that, and when you think about that possibility, what would it mean to you to obtain bracelet number 3?
I think I will be happy. Yeah, this is my favorite tournament because I love to play heads up. So I have one bracelet from heads up tournament already. So yeah, and I'm happy to be here with my friend. So let's play, and we will see who will be stronger.
Hey, and you mentioned it. You already won a bracelet in a heads-up event before. That one, of course, online. Now a chance to do it live. So we appreciate the time from both of you. Best of luck. Go ahead and shuffle up a deal. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
240 big blinds deep to start for the first 20 minutes.
Raise to 50,000.
In the last round, if you guys missed it earlier today, Archer Martirosyan defeated Patrick Leonard to get here to the final. And Alexei Boyka took down David Chen. Boyka's match lasted just over 30 minutes, so he got in there. He got things done right away, and he moved on. And you heard him talk with Natalie ahead of time. He spent the break watching the other match, so maybe a little bit of more information coming to this one. But as you mentioned, Tristan, these guys seem like they are pretty familiar with each other.
Yeah, and first match, we have quite the cooler. Top pair, good kicker against bottom 2. And bottom 2 is typically a hand you want to play very fast to protect and get value. You don't block the top pairs that will call you, and your hand's a little vulnerable to certain runouts. So I expect to see a raise here if we're following GTO standards. Could it be all over in one hand, Donnie? Just kidding.
I mean, it could be. You know, crazier things have happened in poker. I would expect no, but you never know.
Again, first hand, there is some dynamics here, and we are going to see, it looks like, just a slow play from bottom 2.
Boyka coming with the call. This pot climbs up over 200,000. 6 of hearts on the turn.
So the idea here is if you're going to slow play a big hand like this on the flop, you're going to go for future value in the form of a check raise. So I would say if Archer bets here, maybe there's some delayed aggression coming from Boyka's corner. And Archer has a strong enough hand that he can keep betting. He can get called by a jack. He can get called by worse aces. But now in the face of an over-the-pot bet, let's see how Boyka responds, because his hand is still strong enough to put more money in here. But now Archer's basically saying, look, I got something really good or I'm just bluffing. So you might want to just keep giving him rope to bluff here in this line. But still, 2 pairs strong enough to raise here by any means, Donnie.
Boyka does come with the call option. 5 of clubs on the river. That keeps things clean for Boyka. His 2 pair remains best. He checks over to Martirosyan. Let's see if Martirosyan wants to go for what he might perceive as some more value here.
It's possible he could for probably a smaller size, but when you bet over the pot on the turn and you get called, the ranges are going to be a lot closer, right? Your opponent's going to have something good. So if he doesn't think like a worse ace, like an ace 4, an ace 3, an ace 2, an ace 8, an ace 9, will ever give him action on the river.
625.
Nope, he does go for value. And
About
I just
3/4 pot here.
And look, Boyka, you played this to perfection. Now, do you really want to raise with your 2 pair? It's a little harder to navigate, but this pot has swelled to 100 big blinds in the middle if called. And I just don't think there's any folding. I mean, yeah.
And there is the call. Ace 10 announced from Martirosyan, but that is second best here. Boyka's going to table his 2 pair. And he takes a very sizable pot right out of the gate. Gets up over 5.8 million, taking $1 million off of Martirosian there. Boyka took the lead on the first hand, and he has had the lead ever since. You know, Martirosian did close the gap, almost to even, but couldn't quite pull things to even, and then Boyka started to stretch back out again. Martirosian here raising 2.5x with ace 10 of clubs. The hand that Boyka defeated David Chen with in the last round.
And look, another 3-bet spot with one of these suited connectors. And this one is probably going to go to a flop. I think ace 10 suited really likes to play in position here.
The ace 10 suited does call, so 800,000 in the middle. Ace 10 10,
okay.
Just a full house on the flop for Martirosian.
This doesn't bode well for Boyka unless he turns the 9 of hearts or 7 of hearts. Those are literally the only 2 cards that he can connect with in the deck to pull out a victory here. Now, when you 3-bet a spot like this and your opponent calls, they hit this. They have some, well, whatever. They have a lot of stuff, right? They have any pair. They have broadways. They have suited aces. So, I mean, when you start betting here and you get called, you probably just have an escape plan. So I don't think Boyka is going to lose a whole lot of money in this hand with 8-6 suited. But like your opponent has a 10, they have an ace, they have queen jack, queen king. Obviously the range is a lot wider than that. It can just be suited kings, small pairs and such. But when you get to the turn with this week of a holding, you're probably not doing much except giving up.
4 of spades on 4th Street. 1.2 million in the middle.
There's just no good properties in Boyka's hand to want to keep bluffing. You don't block the best ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks from your opponent. You don't have a spade for added equity. You basically have a nothing burger, and it's really hard to just blast away with a nothing burger.
Boyka does come with a check.
And now, if you're Martirosian, you get to do whatever you want, Donnie. You don't have to bet this. You can just check. You've already got it locked up. But obviously, if you want to try to get all the money in, you start with a bet here with whatever size.
480.
480,000 is the bet.
And just like that, I think we're back to even.
480,000 was the bet on the end from Martirosian. It goes uncalled, and he takes the chip lead. I want your location,
400,000.
I want the weather, and I want the beverage you're drinking.
All right.
Okay, that's what we do in the chat. So let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what the weather is, and then let me know what you're drinking. That's how we do things here.
LBW or
Yeah, sure.
LWB?
LWB.
Location,
The
weather,
regulars
beverage.
in the chat know. The regulars in the chat know.
Okay, meanwhile, we have a 3-bet pot, a pair versus a suited Broadway hand.
These are 2 very big hands in heads-up play. Ace, king, queen with a single heart, 2 diamonds. Boyka flops best here. He's got top pair. He's got a very good kicker. He's got backdoor nut hearts. As you say, 60% of a royal.
That's good.
Check.
Martirosian checking with those 8s.
Let's see how Boyka responds here, playing in position, 3-bet pot. I mean, his hand is worthy of value here, but will he want to check it? You know, he can start getting paid by a worse ace or a king possibly, or even like a queen-jack type hand, queen-10 type hand. But let's see. You know, we've seen him check. Yeah, so kind of interesting. We've seen him be a little passive in these spots. But obviously, you don't want to get check raised here by king-queen or ace-king or a set of queens or something. Jack-10 even. So it does go check-check. What we got on location? We got people drinking anything nice? Hopefully some ice in the beverages.
Yeah, I mean, I paused because I thought this hand could develop into more, of course, with these holdings. But it looks like things
Yeah.
are slowing down.
Martirosian kind of has a bottom of range hand after this flop. I don't think we're going to see him want to put chips in, really. That's why I queued you up again,
Yeah,
Donnie.
no, of
'cause-
course.
Yeah.
We got Eastchester, New York, cool with a chance of winning, and he's drinking a seltzer. Sacramento, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, drinking tea. Hawaii, perfect weather as always, drinking a
course.
water. Alabama says even hotter, and then
I-
drinking tap water.
Hold up, Donnie. Somehow Boyka checks twice with ace-10 of hearts and lets Martirosian get there.
Well, this is what we've seen this many times already from Boyka. Checking flop, checking turn, right? And then he would go for value on the river.
I get
This
it.
time, though, it's going to come back to bite him because Martirosian does hit that 8 of diamonds on the end, improving to a set. He now has the best of it here.
800.
And look, he just comes with full pot because why not? You don't have much. And you don't win, Boyka, but that's going to hurt because he knows that he could have bet the flop or bet the turn there.
Ace-10 it was.
A quick show there from Boyka. Martirosian confirming that it was ace-10 as he
Lucky me.
collects the biggest pot that he's won in this match, and he's now up over $6 million. Quite a bit.
140.
140K here on the button for Martirosian. Queen 5 suited, and Boyka finds an ace.
Call.
He makes the call.
Check. Check.
Checks through to the turn. Another duck here.
Check.
All right, 600 deep side players, dealers complete the draw. Next hand, 2,000 small, 4,000 big, 4,000 big blind ante. 244 next hand.
Check, check again. We get another board pair, this time with a 10. So 10s and deuces on board. Boyka's got the best of it with ace high.
So this is actually a spot where you could value bet your ace high, hoping that someone calls you with a king or a queen or a jack or whatever, because you assume that you have a lot of nothing hands that check down here too. So if he had a hand that couldn't win, like 9-4,
200,000.
so it's a very savvy bet. And Martirosian with a considerate spot, he could call here with queen high. Now you might say, well, if my opponent had clubs or diamonds, they might bluff the turn. So maybe you could rule out half of those bluffs. But still, this is reasonable pot odds.
700.
But
700,000.
Donnie,
I mean, this guy just always seems to find it. Raised to 700K from Martirosian.
he knows that Boyka just can be value betting an ace here. He doesn't think he has a 10. But what 10s does Arthur have? He'd have to have checked a deuce or a 10 back twice. And Boyka might be able to see through this. Honestly, it might take a time bank or two. Let's see if he's going to give this thought. And he doesn't. And wow, that just shows the power of aggression in No Limit Hold'em.
Best hand hits the muck there, and Martirosian is back up over $6 million with that pickup.
I'm talking about he could call here, Donnie. No, what the hell am I talking about? He can raise and just win the pot. Forget calling and losing to ace high. Oh, baby, these are really big hands, 30 bigs.
King, queen suited here for Boyka. He's on the button.
That is 160.
Makes it 160. Now it's Martirosian's turn, looking like he's got something.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ace-6, okay.
Okay, again, there is some all-in
All-in?
stuff.
And there it is.
Donnie.
He goes all in.
Now remember, in the other
And Boyka
broadcast,
calls.
we talked about this. King-Queen suited calls for 30 bigs. And look at this. No way. Ace-6 offers King-Queen suited for it all.
Martirosian 54% here. Currently has the best of it, but this is very much a flip up against the King-Queen suited for Boyka. If the Ace-6 holds, Martirosian is the champion. If not, we are going to fight on.
And look at this, Donnie. After all this, we're just going to play a huge coin flip for a starting stack in this final match.
King, Queen, 7. A massive flop for Boyka, top 2 pair.
It's never over till it's over, Donnie. We do see the ace of diamonds working here for Artur.
4 of diamonds.
It's TV table.
It is the TV table, guys.
Never easy.
Always a sweat.
Wow.
Martirosian's looking for a diamond. He's got 9 outs to secure his 3rd WSOP gold bracelet. And it is the 9 of diamonds.
No way. Unbelievable.
Runner, flush for Artur Martirosian. And he takes down the 2025 WSOP $25,000 buy-in heads-up championship event. His 3rd World Series of Poker gold bracelet. He also collects $500,000 with him.
Congratulations, Artur. You said it was one of your favorite events, right?
Yeah.
Days of grueling heads-up play leads to this moment. What was it that allowed you to outlast your opponents?
We had very interesting match, so he played good, but I was a bit more lucky. Had a little bit more experience, so yeah, I'm happy to win it.
You mentioned that you were going to be happy if it were to happen. Now it officially has World Series of Poker bracelet number 3. What's your reaction to acquiring your 3rd and getting into that rare air with other greats?
You know, I have a lot of titles, but WSOP bracelet is special. Yeah.
All right,
don't know what to
well,
say.
on behalf of the World Series of Poker, it is my honor to present to you World Series of Poker bracelet number 3. Go ahead and hold it up to that camera there. Once again, congratulations.
And there you have it. Artur Martirosian comes out on top of the $25,000 heads-up championship here at the 2025 World Series of Poker.